Welcome back to Educator.com's Adobe Premiere Pro CS6 Fundamentals course. And in this video, we're going to go over importing media. And the first thing we have to ask is, what is an asset? Well, an asset is basically anything that is seen or heard inside of your project. If you have video, it's like a title sequence or a dissolve or an overlay, a song playing, they're all assets. If you can see it or hear it, it's an asset. Importing assets, there's a couple different ways that you can import assets into your project. And one of the ones that a lot of people use are the media browser. Now let me show you what the media browser is. If you go into Premiere, you'll notice if you have a regular setup, next to the project panel, you'll have a media browser. Now if you click on media browser, it will show you the drives on the left hand side that are on your computer. Now let me show you a little trick here to make this full screen. If you have your mouse over the tab that you want to make full screen, and then you want to press the little grav key here, which is on the same key as the tilde key, you hit that and it will make the screen full screen. And it will make finding your videos much easier if you have it full screen than if you have just a small little section down in the corner. Now, the media browser is good because it lets you not only look on regular drives, but if you have little SD cards or CF cards that you're trying to get the video off of, especially like this camera here. This camera uses SD cards, but it puts it in a special format, an AVC HD format, that Premiere will recognize when you go to try and access that video. And you'll see that it automatically chose AVC HD, which is the type of video that this camera takes. It automatically chose view as AVC HD. Now you don't have to have it choose to view it like that. You can still choose to view it as a file directory, but it will make it much better if you do choose it, because especially with the P2 card, the Panasonic P2, I know it keeps the audio and the video separate. So if you have a P2 card and you choose to view it through a file directory, you could pick the video, but it's not going to pick the audio to come with it. So you have basically video with no sound. So if you have one of these special formats, let Premiere Pro browse using that format instead of file directory. However, if you are going in and viewing just straight video files that don't have any sidecar or any other, if they're self-contained files, then you'll want to do it as a file directory. And as you can see, I can't even choose to view this in one of the other formats. It's only going to let me do file directory. But if I come down here to the AVC HD, it automatically defaults to that one. So now that we're looking at one of these files in the media browser, now we want to import one of these files. Now let's say I have two clips here. I have one here outside the window, and then I have another outside the window going the other way. And what I'm doing here is called hover scrubbing. And what that does is it lets me see what's in the video just by moving my mouse over it. I'm not clicking any buttons. I'm not doing anything else other than just moving the mouse over it. And it depends on where your mouse is. If it's over on the left-hand side, there's the beginning of the clip. If I bring it to here, I'm about the middle of the clip. If I get to the end, it's, of course, the end of the clip. And I can do that with any of these videos that are on here. And it makes it a lot easier to find the video that I want to use, because I know I have two pans here, but I want the one that goes from right to left. I'm going to use this one. And if I want to hear the audio, I can click on it. And if I then use this here, it will play the audio so I can hear the audio going. If you don't need to hear the audio, you can just hover scrub and you can see what you're doing there. Because you might have a clip that the audio, you hear somebody yelling in the background, and you don't want to use that clip. You don't want to take the time to do it. You reshot it anyway. Then you can go through and you can click it and you can hear the audio as you're hover scrubbing over it. So as you can see, it works with all of the video. There's a little delay because it's trying to set up whatever the frames are. Now, let's say you know you want this video here. You can either, there's one of two things you can do. You can either import it directly into your project, or you can open it in the source monitor and edit it first, create in and out points first. So let's say we just want to import it. We right click on it and we import. And what that will do, when we go over to our project panel, it will put it directly into the project without any other change to it at all. Let me clear that out. Let's open it in the source monitor. Now, we have it here in the source monitor. However, if we look in the project panel, it's not there yet. The reason it's not is because we can go through and figure out, okay, is this the one that I want to use? I'm not sure if I do or not. Maybe I only need a short clip of it. Maybe I need the whole thing. Let's say I just need from, say, here, and we will create an endpoint here, and we want it to go to here, and we create an out point there. Now, we only want to use this part in our project. We can go up here to clip, make subclip, and it will give us a chance to name it. I'm just going to use the default name. And now it's in our project panel, and it's just the segment that we're using for our video. As you can see, it's 3 seconds and 1 frame, whereas our original video is 8 seconds and 15 frames. So we can make a clip, bring in a clip without having to import it by going to the source panel first. So let's go back to the media browser, and we'll do it full screen again using that Grav key there. And we have importing video that we've done, and I've also shown you how to get just a part of the video. Now, just to let you know, this one is only a pointer to the clip that's on your hard drive. It doesn't actually create a new clip here into your project and write out a new clip somewhere onto your hard drive using up 3 seconds and 1 frame of space of full HD video somewhere on your hard drive. It doesn't actually create a new clip. It just says, this clip is from here to here in this video, but if you delete the original video, any subclips you make from it are going to go offline because they depend on the original video file being there. Just as an aside, so you know that it's not making more space, it's not using up more space by making subclips. Because a lot of students wonder, am I going to fill up my hard drive? I make a bunch of subclips, it's going to use up a lot more space. No, it's just a pointer pointing to where the video is and which part of it you want to use. So we went through importing video.